We're good. All right. Welcome. Is this making you uncomfortable? Is this making you happy? What? Welcome, my crew. Today we're going to be talking about a topic that is very, very important, and it is psychology. What we just did there, me and you, we had a connection. We just did a psychology test, and what that psychology test was, how quickly I can make you uncomfortable. Okay. So we're going to be talking about psychology, very important topic when it comes to money, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to eating, when it comes to watching these videos. Psychology is very important. I hope you're happy watching these videos. So welcome again, my crew, to another video. Let's get into it. So what is psychology? Psychology is the science of mind and behavior. Psychology includes the study of conscious and unconscious phenomena, as well as feeling and thought. It is an academic discipline of immense scope. Wiki. That's the definition of psychology, okay? Not entirely important. It doesn't really pertain to what this video is really going to be talking about, because I don't care about psychology as a discipline. I mean, I do. I love science. I love psychology. That to me is uberly important. Psychology is super important when it comes to the market, and it's super important to what we're going to be talking about, okay? Let's start with the biggest thing when it comes to investing, when it comes to using your money, when it just comes to, working and then being like, hey, I have this precious money. What can I do with it? Is fear. Fear and misunderstanding. Oh my gosh, misunderstanding. Okay, we'll talk about fear first, okay? Fear stops us from doing a lot of things, all right? Fear actually, when you come to a realization that fear is created in your mind, you start realizing and understanding it in a different way, right? So for example, I hate spiders. Spiders are the devil's spawn, all right? Spiders suck. I hate spiders. But a spider is an animal at the end of the day. It's an insect. You can rationalize your fear, right? Now, the people that have phobias, I feel for you. I get it. But what I'm trying to say is fears that we create in our minds are not necessarily truths, right? So for example, you're fearful of failing a test, or you're fearful of losing somebody. Are those fears really valid, or are those fears you're conjuring up because of other issues? Psychology, guys, right? When it comes to money and when it comes to investing, fear is very important, because nobody wants to lose money. Heck, I don't want to lose money. Manny doesn't want to lose money. The light doesn't want to lose money. Nobody wants to lose money, because losing money sucks. You've worked so hard for all of this money. You've worked your 9 to 5. You've worked part-time. You've done stuff that most people don't want to do, right? And you've earned your money. And now that you've earned it, you're just like, I don't want to lose it. I get that. And that stops a lot of people from taking that step and letting their money work for them, is fear. But that fear a lot of time is accompanied or because of misunderstanding. Now I'm looking at you, all my Forex, mutual funds, stock gurus that preach fancy cars and girls and jewelry. You're the reason why people have fear. You create a false belief of what the market is. And yes, I'm blaming you. It's your fault, because guess what? You made me lose money. It's true. Everybody comes in with the idea that, oh, I want to live this lavish lifestyle. I want to go traveling. That could be possible, but you really have to work for it, right? Look at like an individual like Elon Musk, right? Where he had to work like 22 hours a day to create PayPal and Tesla and SpaceX, right? You have to work really hard as an entrepreneur, a business person, even to invest your money in order to create something that is sustainable for the long term. It's work. Yes, it's going to take work. But as long as you're guided properly, the misunderstanding part should at least subside. When it comes to fear, I don't know who said this, but maybe it's just a quote by me. The first step is the hardest. You've got to take it, and then jumping off the cliff is easy. What I mean is, because you'll soar like a bird. I don't mean just jump off like your friends, don't do that. Don't jump off a cliff. I didn't say to do it. I'm saying you'll fly like a bird because you have wings because of me, okay? So fear, right? So if you guys do want to learn and kind of get a better understanding of how to invest your money the safer ways, there are financial advisors, right? Again, financial advisors, those are opinions. Those are people that have education and do study the markets and have a really good idea of what's the best way based on your risk tolerance and your psychology in order to invest your money. That's awesome. I would say definitely financial advisors are there for that reason. Now, there are people that have skin in the game, people that have been in for such a long time that probably also have a really good idea of what to do with your money, right? Now, if you like what I do and you like what I talk about, link in the bio potentially for my course. Not trying to sell a course here, but anyway, if you want to learn, there it is, okay? Moving on. Fear, okay? Fear, you really have to get into grips with fear and understand that, listen, there is the possibility, I'm not gonna lie to you, there is the possibility that you're going to lose money, okay? That is just an inherent possibility in the market, inherent possibility in anything you do. Guess what? You go to the store, you buy a bag of chips, you just lost money. Oh, but Nathaniel, that's like $2. You can't, say $2 is the same as 1,000. Who says you want to risk 1,000? I have strategies where I'm risking 40 cents. So it all depends on your strategy. It all depends on what you're doing, right? You really just have to kind of push that fear aside to the most part if you really want to take the step. You take that step, push the fear aside, get educated, and forget the misunderstanding, okay? This actually leads to my second point. I'm not labeling things off. People are going to be like, you always say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because Manny's like, yo, why are you counting out stuff all the time? And I'm just like, you know what, Manny? Maybe because I like counting. Right? I just learned how to count to 5 yesterday, so I like it. All right. So the second thing that kind of ties quickly off fear is actually the opposite of fear. Not really. I mean, maybe not the opposite. Anyway, it's arrogance, okay? Arrogance. If you want to see somebody that was arrogant, now I don't mean arrogancy in a way that I thought I was better than anybody or I thought I knew more than anybody. It's just you do one thing and you think it's your golden ticket, right? So you become arrogant with that strategy or with that mindset. So then you start doing things that are foolish, right? So for example, I think I brought up this example before is when I started investing in like Microsoft was kind of one of the first companies that I started investing in. I made like $400 or $500 or whatever it was, right? And then I thought my strategy was golden. Got arrogant with the strategy because it didn't work, right? It was a strategy that was actually based just off my feelings, not anything of indicators or not anything of substance, right? So this is where arrogance can get you in trouble. So yes, push away fear, but do not get arrogance, okay? Let me tell you a quick story. Story time. I have this friend, right, who shall not be named, which is hype about GME. And no, it's not you, because I know you're like, oh, it's me. It's not you, okay? You, yes, you watching. It wasn't you, okay? You, okay. It was another friend that I was talking to, and basically he threw some money in GME and asked my opinion. He's like, yo, I have this. He's like, what do you think I should do? And I said, well, again, this is just my opinion. You do what you want. Don't take it for face value. Do your research, do your due diligence, right? And I said, this is what I would do. And he's like, yo, but there was so much hype about it. Like, it's got to go to like $1,000. I'm just like, the market doesn't have to do anything. The market doesn't have to do what you want, doesn't have to do what I want. The market doesn't do what people want. The market is just there as a representation of the sentiment, which we'll talk about later, the sentiment of a company or what people value, right? So for example, an iPhone. No, we're not sponsored by iPhone, so I'm not pulling out mine, okay? If people think the iPhone is worth $1,000, they will sell the iPhone for $1,000. If people think the iPhone is worth $2, they will sell the iPhone for $2. It just depends what people see value and what they think the value is in. So if you're doing your research and you understand value of companies and you actually create something around you that you have an understanding, cool, good for you. But don't be like these people that, just have arrogance and it's like, yo, the Reddit guy said it. So like, yo, I gotta throw money into it, bro. Like, come on, yo, to the moon, diamond hands, chimps. Like, can go. That's not real investing. That's just fake. That's just a facade. That's just you using your emotions. That's not really something that you should be doing, right? You can trade GME. You can trade things using indicators, using a strategy and a system that mitigates your risk and maximizes your profits. But don't just throw it in there blindly. It doesn't work that way, okay, guys? So again, mitigating fear, but also don't become arrogant. Don't become arrogant with what you're doing. And if you have one really good winner, awesome. Try to repeat it. Try to understand where you went, where was the positives, but also maybe where the negatives were. Okay, so now we'll get into more specifics about actually trading, right? So actually when you're in the idea, the mentality of trading. Two big things come up is FOMO and revenge trading, all right? FOMO and revenge trading are one and the same. They're like twin sisters, just the opposite end of the spectrum. FOMO is the fear of missing out. Revenge trading is you've lost money, so you're trying to get it back, and you keep trading, and you keep trading, and you keep trading. Guess what? I've bounced between revenge trading and FOMO and revenge trading and FOMO and FOMO and revenge trading multiple times for multiple months, for multiple weeks, for multiple hours, in multiples. Anyway, just multiples of multiples, okay? Because it happens, and you really, even as I've been trading and doing stuff for 2.5, 3 years, and you really, even as a trader that's been doing it for a while, you really start to question your own psychology. You start to think, oh no, I have FOMO under control. I have, this arrogant trading under control. I have, the revenge trading under control. No, I don't. I'll tell you guys a little story, right? Maybe this was a year ago. I was trading a stock, day trading. I was up $3,000. I'm like, I'm done. I go upstairs, make myself a coffee, feeling good, whatever. I go downstairs. I was like $3,000, like 800 after commission. I'm like, I can push it to 4. I'm like, I can get to 4. Like, whatever. It's just like 1 or 2 more trades. Started taking it down, down, down. 2,000. Oh man, I was at 3,800. Now I'm at 2,000. I got to get that back. Kept trading, kept trading, kept trading. Moved up a little bit, gave profit back. Moved up a little bit, gave profit back. The same day that I was up 3,800 or whatever it was that day, because now it's been a year. I'll verify broker statements anyway. I went to minus 500 bucks because of revenge trading. Because you feel like you're at such a high, right? Such a high. And then you just keep losing and losing and losing. And you're trying to claw it back. You're trying to get that back, but you physically can't. You just can't get it back, right? So you just really, this is where psychology comes to play. You take it off the table, you wipe your hands, and you say there'll be more opportunities tomorrow. Don't be greedy, right? Greed, huge thing, okay? So FOMO and revenge trading, 2 of the biggest things all traders make. Professional traders make it. Guys in Wall Street still make FOMO and revenge trading, all right? So it happens. It's something that you have to try mitigating because you can't fully control, all right? So that's the truth about that. Another thing we want to talk about is jealousy. Jealousy. For those of you that watch my Instagram stories and those of you that, you know, have seen me posting my profits in the last couple of months to years, maybe some of you got jealous, being like, yo, I wish I could do that. I think I could do that better than him. Listen, don't fall into jealousy, okay? Because the truth is, I'm not here to be better than this person or that person. I actually want to see all of you succeed. Everybody that's watching my channel, I want you all to achieve your goals, your dreams, your financial freedom. I really want you to get there. But don't be jealous of other people, because jealousy will make you choose and create and make irrational decisions in the market, right? Because if you see this person, you know, making $1,000 or $2,000 or $10,000 and you've only made $2, $10, $20, well, they may be trading with bigger capital. They might be doing a lot of other things that you're not, meaning they have a lot of side hustles, they have money they can play with, whatever it is. Listen, any gain is a good gain. And as long as you stay in the positive and have a strategy that works for you, then you should not be worrying about what somebody else does. And the truth is, I know it's cliche, you know, don't look at other people, don't compare yourself, but that's the truth. That's the truth. Don't compare yourself with me. Don't compare yourself to Forex gurus. Don't compare yourself to anybody, because at the end of the day, we all have different paths and we're all called to do something different. This topic in this video was about psychology. So we just talked about the few things that when it comes to psychology that you really have to be aware of. Really every morning you got to check in with your psychology and make sure it's good. So for example, if I had a really bad night's sleep, or I had a really rough day the day before, or I had a really rough morning before market open, I may actually decide not to trade that day, because our psychology and how we feel day to day actually affects our decision making, as we know from Psychology 101, if you took it in university or college or even high school, some of you, right? It affects us. So if you're having a bad day, personally, I just don't trade. Personally, I just say, I take a day off. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Which is the beauty of the market, because you can take a day off and still earn a lot of money the next day or the day after, or whatever, right? You can also lose money. But anyway, so if you're just having a rough day, just take it off. Self-care, whatever you got to do, right? It's not something that you got to be there 24/7. It's developing strategies and developing mindsets that work for you. So the last thing, I've got to take a sip of my coffee, that we're going to talk about is the most important thing. That was a car. Is the most important thing that you can think of and talk about when it comes to psychology. The most important. And what it is this. If you've made it to the end of this video, you have to like it, because your psychology is ruined now. So that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for tuning in. All I ask is you like, subscribe, and comment. Just comment. I like to hear your comments. I like to see what you guys are saying, what you're talking about. If you don't like my hair, tell me to shave it off. That's fine. Listen, big guy, I can take it. Fine. Be mean to me. Don't be that mean. Just be nice, okay? Be nice. Nice, all right? Nice is okay. All right, but thanks for tuning in, guys. New videos coming potentially every week, maybe twice a week. We're still working out all the kinks of it all. We're still in it, right? But this is video number 5. More to come. Enjoy. Later, guys.